Hello, I'm Tamara Shoemaker, and I'm the founder of the Michigan CyberPatriot program. And I'd love for you to share this slide presentation with me about getting in the game. So what do you need to get into CyberPatriot? Well, first thing you need is 2 to 5 students that are interested in playing the game for each team that you're going to put on the field. You'll need 1 coach for 5 teams, up to 5 teams. You'll need some mentors from industry, and that's something that we at CyberPatriot, Michigan CyberPatriot, help to supply you with. You're going to need 3 computers per team, 1 for the Linux operating system, 1 for the Microsoft operating system, and then 1 for them to do some online research while they're in the middle of the game. It's going to have to be a 64-bit computer with enough memory to run VMware, because all of this game is all virtual and it's all run in a virtual machine so that nothing happens to the computers that they're working on. Should they mess anything up, they just have to reboot. Well, how does it work? So they're giving the game and they need to find and fix cybersecurity vulnerabilities in a virtual operating system. So they're working right down in the virtual operating system, making sure that that computer is secure. I sort of liken it to when you go and you buy a new computer and you open it up out of the box and you start using it. Do you leave it the way that it is, or do you start looking in there and making sure that you have all of the basic cybersecurity vulnerabilities locked down? It starts at that level and then it works in progressively harder and harder things to find and fix with their skill levels. They use the proprietary system that reports back to a scoring engine out in Colorado. And it's the same folks that are scoring all of the national competitions across the country. So again, it's third party removed from anything to do with the competition. The top teams then advance in online rounds. And the best of the best then go head to head in the national competitions. Normally nationals are held physically and they fly the kids in to the Baltimore area and put them up in hotels, all of it paid for with their registration. So there's no bake sales and there's nothing that additional that needs to be done. Their chaperones, their teachers, they get all put up and they go head to head in the finals. Now, during Corona, we have had to do the finals virtually. But again, since this normal game, the normal competition season is virtual, it wasn't a heavy lift for the nationals to be moved over to virtual. And we're hoping that soon we can go back to normal face-to-face, because those challenges were really cool. They had Facebook, IBM, red teams coming at them. They were given a company and they needed to keep it up and running. And so it was a little bit more advanced than what your normal rounds were. And it's just an amazing thing to see, watching these kids do what they do. How they actually play the game, or how it works, is they have 2 challenges: the Microsoft challenge on one computer and the Linux challenge on the other. They also have some questions just about basic cyber hygiene, and then they also then work into networking security as well, because of course none of us are on an island, we're all connected to other things, and so that's another thing. In fact, Cisco Academy is one of the things that's a bonus of being part of this group, is that you get Cisco Academy access. The team all has accounts to Cisco Academy, and so truly they could, buckle down and study and be ready to take some certifications when they were done with their season. You're always going to know a year ahead of time what the schedule looks like. So when you sign up in the spring for the fall season to start, and you have from spring until fall to sign up. So you have from when it opens up, when the last year closes, a couple weeks later, the next year opens and you can start registering. And so you've got from then until October to register a team. Of course, in all that time you can be practicing. And then they go ahead and start, head to head in November, October or November, depending on the season. But again, you're going to know ahead of time a year what your schedule looks like so you can plan accordingly. All teams get to participate in the first couple of rounds. And that first and second round, they are trying to determine what level your team is at. So there are 3 levels. So this is a very inclusive game. One of the reasons that I picked this up and I push it so hard in Michigan is it's easy to implement. It's inexpensive. A team from high school costs $205, and a middle school team costs $165. That's for a full year of cybersecurity training. But they also get to any level, right? So they can come in with no experience whatsoever, and they would be considered a silver team, or they could advance to the gold or the platinum team. And at the platinum team, they could basically reverse engineer the game, which they don't, because we teach them ethics is a very big part of this process. Here's what the actual tiers look like in how it works from round 1 to national finals, just so you can get an overview of how things work. At the end of the day, the national competition consists of 28 teams, but there are 3 divisions. So I'm showing you here an example of open division. All of the divisions follow the same guidelines, but open division would be high schools and a Boy Scout team or a rec team, those kinds of things. Whereas the all service division is ROTC, Air Civil Patrol, those kind of teams. And then we have the middle school teams. And of course, each one of these divisions only competes in their own division. One of the things that we're really proud of here in Michigan is the digital badges. We are the first in the country to get digital badging. I had to fly to the national office and ask for special permission to be able to do this, but this is something that I was very excited to offer to Michigan teams. So they go to badger.com and they get a free, they call it a backpack, but what it really is it's a web page and it's strictly for them. And basically when they are in CyberPatriot, any other digital badges that they're awarded in their middle school or high school career, they can use this digital website to store all of them. So when I give them, award them your teams a digital badge, it would be for whatever level you're at. So if it's gold, silver, platinum, and how many years they've been playing. I also give these to the coaches and mentors as well as encouragement because they volunteer their time for this. But I'm loving the way that these turned out, and I'm very excited about the fact that we're the first in the country to offer this. Also to know that there's some criteria backing this. So behind it is we map this to the NIST NICE workforce framework, and we also did that with the Michigan Comp Sci standard. And while doing that, we realized that if you play CyberPatriot, you're 3/4 of the way through the Michigan's Comp Sci standards for Michigan middle school and high school kids. So we were pretty impressed with that and very excited to be able to share that with you. We also run CyberPatriot summer camps. It's a really good opportunity for us to do some recruitment, right? And so if you don't know if there's enough interest in your school district, one of the really cool ways to do that is to have a summer camp in your school district. You can find out if there's actual, interest. And so this is the progression from 2017 when we first started, when we first became a center of excellence with the national program. So we're one of 13 centers of excellence in the country. Another thing we're very proud of. We have progressed how many camps we're running. Last year we had 19 venues that wanted to run our summer camps. Of course, because of Corona, we had to go to an online version of that. All of those areas still represented. There's students from that area. We're all welcome to be in that online presence. This year, we're going to do sort of a blended thing. From venue to venue, depending on how their comfort level is, they'll either have in-person or virtual. But we'll be running a virtual in tandem both of these weeks. So the 2 weeks that we're going to be running summer camps this summer, and I can have as many locations as I need to in those 2 weeks, is June 21st to 25th and July 12th to the 16th. So if you have any inkling that you'd want to do this, please reach out to me and contact me and I will walk through you how this works. One of the really cool things about the CyberPatriot program is everything is really done very, very well and easy to implement. So the camp is really camp in a box. It really is easy to implement. And of course, we'll also try to get you volunteers and we'll get you on our registration side and we'll do most of the work for you, but you will have to provide a teacher of record, somebody who is, is in the building, knows the building, can kind of run that kind of piece of it. And then we'll work on getting more instructors involved and more volunteers and from our mentors across the state to give you a hand. So please don't hesitate to reach out if this is something that interests you. Join the fastest growing national virtual cybersecurity competition. I went to nationals. These are the trophies in that middle square. I got to tell you that it's amazing to see all of the major companies there trying to recruit these wonderful students, and just backing them and giving them encouragement to keep moving and to build their careers on this wonderful fast track, zero unemployment kind of a career track. Definitely reach out if you have any inclination about joining in this team. Here's our contact information. So if you're already ready and you're gunned up and you're ready to go, you want to become a coach or you want to become a volunteer, which is a mentor that helps, just go to uscyberpatriot.org and register. But the minute you do that, reach out to me, because here in Michigan, unlike any other state in the country, I offer support for everyone in the state. So we work on training together. We work on virtual images together. It's an amazing thing to see all of the mentors and all of the coaches all kind of encouraging each other and working through this so that we all can raise that boat up together and we can have a nice, secure Michigan. Part of the problem that we've had in the past is, me working in higher education is that our kids get educated and then they leave our state. So we really just need to get more kids in the pipeline. So I'm hoping that you'll reach out to me and you can help us get more kids into this pipeline. Thank you so much.